gosh.
Hey everybody, welcome to podcast 164. As you can tell by our intro, this is probably going to be the biggest shit show of a podcast ever. We're winging this live from the 2023
DB's
Open
room.
Nationals
DB's
here
room.
in Edmonton, in Daryl's boardroom of a room, and here we are, and it's going to be a complete gong show. So welcome aboard, everybody. Hope everybody's excited for this. We've just had... Well, day one of bowling, but day two of events here.
Three really for us.
Okay, for some of us it's day three already. But
Early arrivals don't count.
Early arrivals don't count.
That's not an event. But first things first, let's have a drink.
All right.
Thank gosh for that.
Yes.
Cheers, guys.
It's been a good day. It's been a good day for bowling. There's some really good scores out there today. I just heard my little patootie up here. And just got here in time from the mixed team coaching.
Tim was really, really quick to say, we should have a live podcast from Nationals. And then when he was asked, okay, well, everyone who usually runs it is either playing or going to stay at the lanes for singles. Do you know what you're doing? He said, well, no.
It just runs
It
itself.
just runs itself.
itself.
Tim's favorite line to say,
Podcast
it just runs itself.
It
It happens.
But I do want to point out that Katie was running the podcast today, and we started at least 6 minutes late.
In my defense,
you don't get defense.
No. In my defense, I said at 7 o'clock and 30 seconds, I'm ready to start it, and they said, no, we're not ready yet.
You don't get a defense.
No.
You know what? Officially,
it shows that
C5PBA
Tracy
podcast
is the one in charge, and she's a saint.
Oh, Tracy runs a tight
Tracy
ship.
is a saint.
Tracy is a saint.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful to have Tracy as my
We're just
partner.
all really easygoing, you know?
I'm not.
No.
The fact that we started 4 minutes late or 5 minutes late, I'm like, that kills me inside.
Does it?
A little bit, yeah.
You made your choices, and here we are.
It's 4 minutes less airtime for her,
Yeah.
so for three.
Oh, nice shirt, stay classy. Yeah, you know what? It's for my girlfriend Cindy. I don't understand why. You know what? You have to show your love for your relationships. Yeah, thank you guys. It's just it's a perfect shirt.
It's a step up from his previous favorite shirt, which was I Heart Cooter.
That's true.
I love when he had the I Heart Cooter shirt and took a picture with his mom.
Yeah.
Like, Wendy's a saint. Let's be real
Mom's
here.
a little outdated with the slangs of things.
You know what?
so-
In all fairness, we got that thing from Nashville, and it was at the Dukes of Hazzard Hall of Fame or museum.
Yeah.
Someone's got my back. You got a
and all that,
mulligan.
so, what's her? She says
Katie's shirt is better.
Streel.
Streel.
Yeah.
Hot Mess
It's-
Express over
It's
here.
so weird to see her not wearing a weed shirt. She's such a Rasta.
But you do know, like she wears a weed shirt. Thought it was a peace thing.
I thought it. Okay.
No, I don't want to
No,
hear.
no,
I don't want to hear
no.
anything about it. No.
Okay, for the record, she thought it was just a peace and love shirt, but okay.
There was nothing about it that was. It was like literally just
Okay,
a green
just talk.
shirt.
Let me talk. It's a green hoodie. It has a big peace symbol, and then it says
High hopes.
High Hopes.
Yeah,
It's a
because, like,
weed shirt. I
It's
don't
a
care who
high
you are.
hopes for the
It's a
name.
weed
It's
shirt.
100% a weed shirt.
It's a weed shirt.
It is
We-
not. I
we
wear
did
it to teach 7-year-olds all the time. It's one of my favorite
and
sweaters.
every one of those are going to end up being drug dealers for sure now.
Yeah, well, since that day that I was forced to buy a 5-pin Universe hoodie to change out of my weed shirt, I have not taken it out of my closet.
Yeah.
And it stayed in there.
It basically shows. Okay,
That's a black shirt 100%.
let's just maybe talk about a little bit
Yeah,
something else.
see?
On this, okay?
Fantasy baseball. I think
Fantasy
Dexter
baseball.
If
last
somebody
week.
knows, it's Jason. Jason knows that that's a black shirt. 100%.
So fantasy baseball, airing out my wong, coming in hot last week. Dexter, who did I play?
You played me, and you
And-
know what? You're welcome.
What do you mean?
You're
What do
welcome.
you mean You're welcome.
Look, at the end of the day, like I had room to spare in that league, and you did not. You needed to move out of the bottom, so
I'm still in the bottom.
you
Still in last
but
place.
I'm helping
but
you.
I tied Tyler, then I beat you, and now I'm pretty sure I'm still beating Weber. So like I am started from the bottom. Now I'm here.
Who's last?
Buckle up.
Who's last?
Who's in the
Me.
basement
I'm
of this?
I'm last.
Who's second last?
Okay, 1 second. I can tell.
Carrie.
Can you pull it up?
Carrie, yeah. Well, I don't know how to pull it up on here, but I can show you.
I gotcha.
I'm showing on here. No.
I gotcha.
That's
Right now, I am in last, but only by like a teeny bit. Carrie's in second last. Johnny's 10th. Who's Joe Buck Yourself?
I think
That's-
Joe Buck Yourself might be that lousy player
Oh.
over there. It's crazy. He's way worse in leagues where he isn't commissioner. It's funny how that works.
Fun, yeah.
Funny
I
how
must
that works.
agree because he is.
No, you need to shut up. You made the worst trade ever in the history of fantasy baseball.
Are you still
And
on that?
Yeah.
Are you still on that?
It's fact. That led to his win this last year in the Pete Rose League because of your terrible trade. Unbelievable. You know what, Matt?
All I know-
I appreciate your baseball knowledge. That was the worst trade in the history of
Okay,
baseball.
in my defense, no one told me how to make trades. When I started learning how to make
No one's
trades,
made trades
okay,
already.
stop. When I started making trades, my trades got vetoed because I tried to trade with Tim, and apparently that's not something we do.
We did.
But we did get it to go
And
through.
what happened? I deleted my player. I really
No
did,
one
so-
told me about adding and dropping players and like how to figure out who were good ones. But in Heritage, Ryan O'Callahan sat me down and gave me like a 20-minute crash course on how to like make trades, make changes. I finally figured out how to like make changes to my lineup. So like now I play players that are like actually playing. So that's good.
So for the record, though, that's really nice that Ryan did that for you. But I tried to do that for you before the season started, and you literally said,
Look at this hot garbage
I know.
from Kaplan.
I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. You literally said, I know what I'm doing. I've got this.
Yeah, because I'm a cocky son of a bitch.
You
but
are.
like I'm not.
You
I
are
don't
a
know what I'm
cocky son
doing.
of a bitch.
I don't know what I'm doing.
And I was going to do that for you, and then you said, no, I don't want it, and now, here we are.
So I mean, so right now, I guess what you really have to worry about when it comes to our 5 Juniors Fantasy League is who's last
That's me.
and who's first.
Who's first?
Ryan O'Callahan.
Ryan O'Callahan's my buddy.
No,
Look at
no,
this.
he will mess you around. You will be upset.
Nah, Ryan knows what this league is, so Ryan's not going to try to screw anybody.
No,
Well, no.
He's talking about the punishment at the end because we have a punishment for whoever finishes last,
Yes.
decided by who's in first.
Yes, that's right.
And he will try to fuck me on that for
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is
but
is that your first F-bomb you've dropped on a podcast?
it might be because
Yeah!
Tracy and I
Welcome
keep
to
it-
the club!
Tracy and I keep
Yeah!
it real classy on the ladies division.
Yeah. You're drinking beer and dropping F-bombs. I love
You know
it.
what? I'm
Welcome
just
to
one
the
of the
real
dudes
podcast.
today. Airing out my wong. You know.
Yeah.
When I'm on summer break, you guys, my life is going to be fantasy baseball. I'm going to research.
You're not.
I am. I'm going to
You're not.
learn all the things.
You're pathetic. I know you're not. I know you're not going to do anything.
Pathetic?
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's talk. You know what? Let's turn over to a different leaf here. Okay.
Okay.
We're hosting the Open Nationals.
We're hosting Open Nationals.
First time in 18 years. Like how absolutely crazy is that?
I can't believe it's been 18 years since it's been in Edmonton.
Yeah, and we're probably won't see it again for another 16 years, or maybe longer. Maybe they get split up in Central, right? So it could be 24 years next time we come back here.
Yeah.
People won't realize that. I think for our committee out here, we're super excited about it because this is a once in a lifetime thing for most of us. We hope. Well, I hope we're not
I hope I
around
never
16
have to do
years
this again.
I hope
I
we're
hope
not
I'm
around
not
16
hosting it
years.
next time.
I have to say, I want to thank our big volunteers for people around the country right now. I hope everybody's enjoying themselves, watching the live streams or being here. I will say that we had arrivals on Monday and Tuesday. Huge thank you to everybody who checked in. I know I don't want to forget people, but the huge check-in people with that. And I want to thank our transportation, Daryl, Henry, John, Palmer. You know,
Lynn was at the
Lynn
airport
was at
in
the
his full
airport.
plaid, greeting people with a sign. And you know what? I heard so many positive comments from people just saying as soon as they walked off the plane and like through security, they saw exactly where they needed to go. They knew they didn't have to question anything. They knew exactly where to go, what to do. They didn't have to think about anything, and it was just nice to get where they needed to go.
I mean, we're not even close to being finished yet by any means, right?
Oh, we got
And then-
lots of time to fuck shit up. But like,
Well, we do. So Jason's asking, how did Alberta Night go with the backyard games? So Alberta Night, from anything I heard, Alberta Night was like a really big success.
Yeah.
The games, people were playing the games all night long. We had the rookies going and playing to see who could win. I know who won so far. There's still a chance to hand in your rookie scorecards if you haven't handed them in. Because, quite frankly, I don't really like who the winner is right now. But,
You want to bring that up?
do you want me to tell you who the winner
Sure,
is right
yeah.
now? So far,
Carey Kreitz?
nope, he's not a rookie. The winner right now
is it Jeremy?
is Jeremy.
Jeremy.
My brother is winning. And after he had such a piss poor attitude about it at the beginning, and then he comes back, he's like, here's my 8-1 scorecard. I'm like, Well, shit.
Yeah.
So far, if you can beat 8-1.
Yeah, he's just not a pretty face, eh?
It was a great day. It was a great night. We had people staying later than most of the opening ceremonies.
We ended
nights,
up
so
having
that's
to
really
extend.
good.
So we were originally supposed to shut the room down at 11. We ended up shutting the room down at midnight. I think I finally kicked people out about 20 to 12 because there was only like 10 left. And I said, if you're here, like, I can't go to bed, so out you go. But, yeah, we kept the bar open an extra hour.
It was great.
Big shout out to Alley Cat being one of our sponsors this weekend. We're doing $5 beers, which are tall boys
Seltzers.
all weekend. Seltzers as
Wine,
well.
hard liquor.
We're doing wine and hard liquor too, but every drink at $5, which is absolutely awesome. That's a big thing. I mean, Taylor Michelle's, will speak his mind pretty much right away. He's like, I don't give a shit if the lanes all break down. I don't give a shit if we don't have a bus to get to the lanes. I don't give a shit if we have no food at dinner.
Doesn't matter.
We have $5 drinks all weekend.
Best nationals ever.
Nailed it. It doesn't care.
I must say, from an outsider looking in, like, you guys have done an absolutely professional job with this.
Thank
It has
you.
been a treat to be here so far, honestly.
We're not finished yet. I always worry about that right now.
I know. I'm like, it's too soon to have
Too soon
the
to say-
celebratory.
As soon as I drop you off at the airport, you can let us know, right? Or maybe after the banquet and we don't get you to the airport, you find your own way. Then I'm okay with that too, right? But
Fair.
Henry did point out today that he only lost 3 bowlers, so that's not too bad. From a
One went to
transportation
on a completely
standpoint.
different bus that wasn't ours. Ended up in a hotel.
Going to a different hotel.
That
Different
wasn't
hotel.
ours. Like, it had nothing to do with bowling at all. They just got on a bus and left.
Her team was like, her phone's off. We don't know.
Really? Who was that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
can't
Don't
remember
know.
who it was.
But hey, National's always an adventure.
That's right.
Wow. We got to bring that person up. Maybe we should invite this person.
Yeah, we have to figure out who it is.
If anybody's out there watching us,
I can track them down.
They are probably from northern Manitoba, I'm going to say.
Yeah,
Oh,
For
Northern
sure.
Manitoba.
For sure.
I will never live that down. The
Never.
amount of times I've heard the words Northern Manitoba today is over 100, for sure. Like, every
Yeah.
single person I talk to is like, oh, so tell me about Northern Manitoba. Oops.
We were doing a little commentating on the live stream today, and we were referring to Manitoba as southern Manitoba, so it's going to stick for a while.
So-
Winnipeg is something in Manitoba? Yeah.
Regular Manitoba came and gave me the gears today because they said people were coming to them telling them that they were the second-rate Manitoba compared to Northern Manitoba. So anybody who was not at opening ceremonies, with all the gumption and confidence in the world during marching, I announced the Northern Ontario team as Northern Manitoba, which is not correct. And I instantly knew it was not correct, and it just became a thing.
you had a heckler. You had a heckler near the pillars.
Yep.
I had a heckler. Someone shouted out, and it was just. But it became like,
Yeah, it's
fine,
exactly.
it's fine. But the
Becomes
amount
the
of
shtick of the
times
evening.
it became the shtick, yeah. But the amount of times I've heard about the Northern Manitoba has been astronomical.
But Northern Manitoba is being honored this weekend with Nick
DiVirgilio. Yeah.
being honored into the Hall of Fame this weekend.
True.
Lynn was having a little bit conversation about him this morning with us. He was like, he didn't have like a super conventional style, but he said he had like a really good head.
Do you know what?
And I said, how good was it?
if you have a chance, I know C5 and I know Ryan O'Callahan had an interview. Yeah, they actually were desperate enough to get Ryan O'Callahan to do an interview with him through CBC, and you can take a look at Nick's old videos. Actually, pretty cool. Obviously, it was a different game. It wasn't a power game. It was more of a finesse game. And he had a lot of fingers on the ball back in the day, right? And that's when you didn't have your own personal balls. You had your house balls or whatnot. So it was really cool with that aspect. So, yeah, really great seeing Nick out here. I think he's very pleased to be here. He hasn't been here in how long? And pretty cool that Ryan O'Callahan and him carpool for 13 hours to get here.
Oh, totally.
Right.
And you just know how much that man means to Ryan O'Callahan as well. So it's, Ryan made the trip out here just for that. Right? That's got to tell you how important this person is to him, too. So that's really neat. Really excited about all the inductees this year.
Yeah, we get
Should
to
be
honor
awesome.
so many people
Well,
this year coming into Hall of Fame.
Well, let's bring that up maybe on our. We have a nice, great Google Doc here.
The Google Doc that we have very affectionately referred to as the Bible of planning nationals because it has everything in it. Every time Tim asks me a question, I tell him, go to the Google Doc. It's in the Google Doc.
Yeah.
Anyways, but besides the point, I don't pick on people. I just We're just honest, okay? So it's not about you or I, it's about us, okay? So next time, just calm your boobies. So we have Fran Clark, builder in the builder category. Originally, she's going in from Alberta, but she's living in Nanaimo right now in a retirement. Fran is very much a big, huge influence in Alberta and definitely national. She helped create the coaching courses, right? And all the technical courses out
Her
there.
influence in the game has been phenomenal.
She's absolutely amazing. Pat McNamara, he is from Northern Ontario. Unfortunately, he passed away. But there will be a family member here, and he was a builder, and he was actually a lifetime member of the C5. So Pat, obviously, I think it's Mike is his son, and Mike and I met him both many times out there. Very proud of him having there. Lloyd Wings from Saskatchewan. Lloyd is a huge time bowler back in the day, but he's also going in as a coach, not as a bowler at the moment. But Lloyd is coaching this weekend. I believe he's coaching the men's team out of Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
So couldn't be any better that he's out there. Speaking, going down the list, our very own Tracy Smith.
Tracy Smith.
Right?
Tracy Smith, yeah.
My girl.
Well, my dog Mookie, right?
My dog Mookie.
My dog Mookie.
How is Mookie doing?
Like the actual dog
The
or
actual
the team?
dog. No, the actual dog.
I believe I haven't heard any new instances of eating things not supposed to be eating, so I think good.
You know what?
Oh, man, that dog's doing better than Tim already.
Okay, I tell you what. If you're ever gonna give a gift to Curtis and Tracy, kennels are not a good thing. He
Or
likes
how
kennels.
about Masters plaques?
Master plaques? and you know what? Just maybe a stone, maybe a nice little stone.
Yeah,
Right?
But he's so cute, though.
Or something indestructible,
He's
or
so cute.
or something worthless, maybe like a Boston Red Sox hat.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ooh.
you don't want to hear about today's
Curtis.
adventure.
Curtis, you don't want to hear about today's adventure.
Yes, we do.
Let's be honest though. If it really comes down to parenting, right? And
Okay.
so maybe those parents need to go to training.
Is that why you, like your dogs are like half decent because you didn't train them at all?
Yeah. You know what? They're their own personality, and I listen to everyone.
You pretty much find dogs and
Donald.
humans that are already pre-trained, eh?
Yeah, I'm smart. So obviously,
Lazy.
So we also talked around to Nick DiVirgilio. He's coming in. John Walsh, right? 2-time Canadian men's singles champion from PEI. The only person who's going to be in there at the moment. And he's bowling this weekend as singles, right? So that's pretty freaking awesome, right? And John is one of the nicest people out there.
He is.
He's honestly, he's one of my fan favorites.
It was nice to see him out in Red Deer too.
He was, and he came
His
out
first ever cash tournament.
He just fits in well. Like, there's somebody you can sit there, and he doesn't drink beers or anything like that, but he sits there and he has American Animal Poison control.
Uh-oh. Poor Mookie.
American animal.
Well, okay. Well, you know what? Mookie hit that one out of the park. So let's move on. We have Yvette McClellan from Northern Ontario, or you would say Northern Manitoba.
Northern Manitoba.
Northern Manitoba, yeah.
Yvette is a long-time player for them, and she's been to many nationals. Definitely a mainstay with the Open and Masters. Definitely well deserved to be here, right? Also, we're going to Jennifer Smith or Marshall from Calgary. And you know what? She stopped playing the Open almost 20 years ago, right? That's how crazy it's been. And obviously with her Masters, and one of the only females to ever win a cash tournament in Autumn Open, her TSN CBCs, and she was back-to-back singles champions for singles, right?
Yeah,
She was.
she is.
And same
phenomenal
time,
player.
same
She's
guy with
still a
Masters.
force.
Double crown,
Double
open
crown.
open
Same
singles
year.
and master
I
singles.
think it was '97 when they won it both at the same time. I know it was with
Pretty
Bobby Herman.
Sure, I can actually find that information.
And
for you.
Bobby
with
Herman,
Bobby,
Bobby Herman at the same time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Never. I don't. I want to say it's going to be really never is going to ever happen again with the same people at the same time.
She just has this intensity that is unmatched by anybody I know.
Yeah.
Like male or female, her intensity in her head is terrifying and
It
amazing.
is.
It's
But
amazing.
Speaking as someone who has to play against her at things, I'm like,
Do you know?
I love her. She's one of the most straightforward and honest and loyal people,
but
her
like
intensity
firecracker.
is fucking awesome.
Okay, what did Cindy say?
Cindy said that your dogs are bitches, but Brinley loves Uncle Dex.
Oh,
Yeah.
Uncle Dex brings out the peanut butter.
No.
Marley also
I-
loves Uncle Dex, and Marley has
Yeah.
never had peanut butter
No,
from Dex.
Marley loves me more though.
Okay.
It depends on the day.
Anyway, who else have we got?
Okay, so we have. I will say one last piece when I talk to Jennifer Smith. I always believe, and like, it's different. And I believe in ladies when it comes to men's. But there is generational players for ladies you can really point out, and she is a generational player.
Yeah.
And Desha brought up a really great point. You know what? That men attitude or that fierce attitude is what made her, right? And or still makes her, right?
Yeah.
A lot of respect for her at all. Gino's Ebarth, right? Gino.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible. I mean, right now he's the last of the older generation on tour, and I tell you what, if he ever doesn't play, right, I really would feel sad about that. I would really feel sad about that because Gino is our glue.
Like Jordan.
Yeah, you can look on the C5 website.
Yeah, I'm working on. You work on your thing. I'll work on my thing.
Sly. Gino is our glue for us Alberta bowlers. You know what? We respect everybody that came through, but he's just amazing. Don Sim. Don Sim is he's a lifetime member of C5, I believe. A5 as well. Calgary 5. He has been around since the Westerns. He's been doing everything. He's a historian. He's been Masters president. He's been and I believe he was at one point he was Alberta president. Hey buddy, he's been great. Oh, we got another guest here named Carrie Crates.
Oh, look at that.
We also have our very near and dear
not
Tom
playing.
Stevenson. Tom is unfortunately
Madison's
not able to make it. He passed away,
Zone
but
one.
Debbie and Morgan will be there. And Tom's absolutely incredible. You know, singles champion twice for the Masters, or maybe the Open, but he's won everything, right? And Tom's absolutely amazing. And then, unfortunately, a couple people are not able to make it, but we're going to induct them this year as well, and then we're going to hand out their award when unfortunately we can do it. The late Doug Mosdale and John Hoffman as well from Saskatchewan. So all together, we're going to be doing 13 Hall of Fame awards this year. 13, and our banquet's about 425.
Is there 8?
Yeah. So,
7.
so
You could have
absolutely-
told us after we did all this work, Karen.
Absolutely.
So we were taking a look at
You gotta get in camera.
Mary Jo is one, right? Mary Jo McKenzie. I haven't played that team yet, but I think maybe. We were just taking a look. There was a question on there about how many provinces singles are also on teams. So we were just taking a look at it. We believe there is 8. If we're wrong, we're sorry. Jordan from BC is playing on both the men's team and the singles. Colton Uswa on Manitoba, the regular Manitoba. Renee Laframbois.
Central Manitoba.
Yeah, Renee Laframbois on Northern Ontario is playing on the ladies' team as a single. Spencer Murray on Ontario. Erica Duhamel-Lauren and Sylvain Bercier are both from Quebec. They're both the singles and on teams. Merle Buck from Nova Scotia, New Brunswick. And I believe it's Mary Jo McKenzie is the other one. Mary Jo McKenzie from PEI is playing. So that would be the 8 that are both on teams and
terrible?
singles. So
it's fucking terrible.
I gave Tim a drink and he's complaining about how it smells.
It smells like
It
an
smells
outhouse.
like an
and-
outhouse,
smells
but it doesn't
terrible.
taste like an outhouse.
We're missing one. There's also Kelly Smith, also
From
sorry,
Manitoba.
Okay,
from
so
Manitoba.
I've listened to all this. I've never watched Kelly Smith play.
We tried to quickly get it.
And I
Sorry.
never saw Kelly Smith play, and I watched her because obviously I have a lot of time when I'm coaching, and I watch a lot of bowling. I don't play, and I was impressed with her. Like she throws the ball really aggressive, and I watched her, and I never watched her play before, but it was impressive. Like
Yeah.
I said, it was looked at the girls and was like, Caitlin, if you can bowl like that, we'd be doing. It's just like,
Okay.
No, just kidding.
Okay.
Just kidding.
So, do we want to
Good
pull
work,
up a
Coach.
couple of some results?
Some results
of
from today. Yeah, let's have a look.
I mean, the singles are still playing, but we could definitely pull up some of the team results from today, and I can bring it up on the screen here so we can kind of just talk about it. I don't know which one this is. Whatever one this is what we're talking about first. Men! The men are up first.
the men are up first.
The men are up first.
Dexter, you got to play in the men's division today. How'd you
Did I
guys
put
do?
It's super tight.
You know what? We didn't play up to our par by any stretch of the means. We basically had like 3 people going at a time. We never had 5 going at a time. Maybe like, minus the first game. Well, for the first game we had 4 people going. I shot 235, and we shot 15, 30 or something.
Weber shot 400.
Yeah,
Weber shot 400 in game 1.
Yeah. But after that, like, it just seems like there was a couple people going and a couple people not. We're currently sitting 5th, but we're also sitting 5 points out of 1st. And we haven't faced Manitoba, who's 1st. We haven't faced Ontario, who's 2nd. We just faced Quebec and beat them. We lost to Saskatchewan by we lost to Saskatchewan by 30. We lost 3 games today. One was actually a 4-4 split. But we lost 1 game by 1. We lost 1 game by 8. We lost 1 game by 30. So like we played okay, but we didn't play up to our standards. We have the highest pinfall, but we haven't won the matches when we needed to.
Yeah. Ty struggled. I haven't seen.
You know what? Ty didn't. Ty had no idea what he averaged until he looked afterwards, and then he was livid. Yeah, he was livid. He's like, "This is your fault because you're supposed to tell me when I'm being a bad boy, and I have not been a good boy. So tell me when I'm being a." But he hit the middle a ton. He threw a bunch of strikes. He threw a bunch of punches. He was punching 3 or 4 times a game.
Yeah,
and like that's the hard part. And that's the hard part with Bonnie Doon at times too. Is that Bonnie Doon's scoring is so good that sometimes you're playing not to punch, and that just makes you punch, and it's just difficult.
So when I talk to people about Bonnie Doon, obviously when you're freewheeling, you're absolutely shooting bombs.
Okay, so right. while you're on the conversation of freewheeling, an interesting stat is that PEI has a total pinfall of
6827.
Yeah, 6,800, but their points, their score against is 8,400. We have the most pinfall as a team at 8,160 something,
8,123,
and they have 8,400 points thrown against them.
Yeah.
And like honestly, like that's just a bad luck for PEI. When they're shooting 6,600. That kind of gives people a minute or two to just kind of relax and just freewheel and throw, and like that's what you see. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah. I feel for them because that's an ungodly amount of points against them.
Yeah. It's
people are averaging 1,400 points against them right now.
It's crazy. No. Yeah. But anyways, what I was going to try to say was. The problem with Bonnie Doon and people, like when you're playing well and freewheeling, you're just scoring, right?
Right.
Things are falling more than you would think. You're finishing your shot more. Things are cracking. Maybe things are falling down that you wouldn't expect, like from messengers or whatnot. But there's also when you're struggling on the other side. It's tough because it
gets so much harder.
Because it's demoralizing.
It's demoralizing because you know the scores and what you have to shoot. Like.
It's not even that you know the scores and what you have to shoot. It's that you look around you and everywhere you look, it's people are throwing 5-baggers, 6-baggers, however many in a row, and you know the potential that Bonnie Doon has. You know that there's the potential at Bonnie Doon to go out there and average 290. That's the way the pinfall is. And when you're out there and you're punching 4 or 5 times a game, or you're just like hitting the middle but not scoring, it's demoralizing. That's where I was at today.
It makes you tighten up more, and then the game gets really fucking hard.
Yeah. And it's a house that, like, when people are on a roll, they do just become loose and they can go. And so then those ones that aren't on the roll, it creates that gap so big.
Yeah.
And it's hard to, like, get out of that mindset.
I think it is because we play our open trials at Bonnie Doon always, and there's that pressure in order to score well.
Because if you don't score well at Bonnie Doon, when you go to the next house, it's a lot harder to make it up.
You're in an even bigger hole.
You're in a bigger hole. And like, I'm someone who, the last 6 years, statistically, like, I have been playing like garbage at Bonnie Doon. I do the exact same thing. Every time I walk in that building, I hit the middle 10, 11 times a game for like 220. And so it just drives me mental. I have not figured out. It has my number. But like, it's a mind fuck. Like it is. Wow, second F-bomb.
I know, you're dropping them all over.
It's what happens when you get on this bombcast. But like, it's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough to get out of that mindset. And it's tough to like reason your way through those moments.
So some some good stat lines. Colton Uswa is averaging over 300. Like I think it's 308.
I can pull it up.
With like a 213 in there. I think something like that.
Manitoba. Colton, 306 he's averaging, and he has taken 5 points.
Yeah, he's played really well. Here's an interesting stat. Stéphane Lepensé has a high score of 174. He is averaging 305.
Holy shit!
So he's been coming off the bench.
Off the
hot.
bench hot.
Do you know what? Who's Adam Kemp when you have Steph on sitting?
He's so good though.
Oh,
guys.
he is.
He is so freaking good, and I'm
would-
watching him throw nothing but like six bags. off
Would
the
you
bench.
would you
It's
say he's
unbelievable.
probably the best left-handed bowler that we know? No, I wasn't talking about him. I was talking about Jeff Young, but
or Kemper? Like, there's some really good lefties.
you won't forget Kemper.
I know. I keep forgetting his lefty too.
Yeah, the men's division is very tight. Like with 3 teams tied at the top, is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
3 teams tied at 32.
Yeah.
It's like super close.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
men's
It's
team.
good. It's gonna be dogfight through. Yeah.
Do we want to switch over to another division?
Let's go, ladies.
Let's go to the ladies division.
Okay. Let me see if I can do that. Yeah, there we go. So.
Oh, Carrie's gonna love the intro we did.
Oh,
Just you wait.
It's literally me and Dexter bickering about whether or not you can hear us in the background.
Oh no, our
Sorry.
mic was on, and I was like,
Oops.
no,
Okay,
they
so
can hear us.
Speaking of the ladies teams, Quebec right now in first with 30. It's my fault. I'm so sorry. I've never run it on this way before.
Don't apologize.
I do
He fucks
apologize.
up every podcast.
Anyway,
This is where we are.
ladies teams, Quebec, they came out. They had the first game bye, and we weren't playing them the first game. We were a lane over. And they came out, and I think every single player on their team threw a 5-bagger at some point in time in that game. They threw, what did they throw?
1456.
1456 the first game right off the bench. I was talking to Sofiane after, and she was like, we just had all this energy building while everybody was playing the first game, and we got on the lane, and it was just like, whew, like, let's just get out there. And they have played so strong and so solid all day. Like, every time we played against them, and it came down to the last ball in the 10th frame. We ended up losing like 14-13 to 14-12 on the last shot. And it was just like a dogfight the entire way. But like, I mean, what do you do when you lose with 1400? It's like...
Yeah.
Well, get 2
You
more
can't.
points, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. We could have got 2 more points. Thanks, Tim.
And the only game they lost today, they only lost by 5 points.
That's
so
crazy, though.
They
Lost
were
the very
on.
next game. They were in the same position where it came
But,
down
I mean,
to the last ball and 10, and it just didn't go their
Well,
way
I
the
mean,
next
let's face
game.
it, though. You only lost the 1 game by 1,
Yeah,
and you're sitting in third and you're 5 points back.
I know.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. That's absolutely crazy.
Our problem is that today we like never really won a game like 7-1 or 8-0. We were winning like 5-3, 6-2. So like the day didn't hurt us for sure, but it like didn't help us, I guess would be. But I mean, 5 points back is
That's
nothing.
almost like what you carried over the Dreamcrusher stuff, eh? Like we never.
Yeah, like we just played like good enough. Like however we needed to play, we played just that well. Except for Jenna, she's averaging like 311.
Yeah, she played
She,
unbelievable.
I think 4 out of the 5 games we played had over 300, and her one that wasn't was like 280 or something. She just everything she threw was just an absolute bomb. She was sparing everything. It was great, but yeah, ladies division's close. Day 1.
Yeah,
There's lots of time.
Yeah.
And mixed. You want to go mixed?
Mixed. Tim,
Let me find out.
Yeah.
you're coaching the mixed.
Yeah.
How'd you guys do today?
It looks like Alberta's in first. I'll be
Looks like it.
I'll be completely honest with you. I did not look at the stats until I got into this room. I didn't think we were first. I was watching everybody else out there, and I thought, you know what? I thought Quebec was playing well at some points. I knew Manitoba was, and I knew Saskatchewan was, and obviously you can see some other teams out there playing well as well. But I just saw them playing very well, and I just honestly didn't think that we were sitting in first at the moment. So as a coach, I'm very pleased with. I know we lost the last game with Saskatchewan. That would probably helped us a little bit more. But a 5-3 split was really good. Speaking on behalf of my team, Cody and Brett played unbelievable today. Danny played really well for the first bit, or 2/3 of the day, or maybe 3/4, and then just got a little tired. And it was really good, Matt. I tell you what, Saskatchewan is just dynamite.
Yeah.
Watching them from just dynamite. Jeff Hibner at lead. Crystal Orenchuk, Jeff Orenchuk and Crystal Orenchuk first and lead and anchor, right?
I think it helps on that team, like them, Regina not sending a women's team to provincials. So those top
Huge.
players,
It's huge.
those
Yeah.
top 3 ladies are now on that mixed team because usually Crystal and Jackie and Josie are ones that we play against the ladies.
And
They're
then,
never in mixed.
And let's be honest, like I
that's
don't want to
different.
offend anybody, but like when you're at a national event, on a mixed team, 90% of it's going to come down to your ladies. You're gonna have 3, pretty solid men for the most part, and then, but the spectrum of range for ladies is
little
larger,
bit
right?
larger, yeah.
And sometimes you're gonna have 3 super solid ladies. Sometimes you're gonna have 2 solid ladies and one that's a little bit less, and sometimes you're gonna have 3 ladies that are middle of the pack,
Yeah.
right? And if you have 3 of the best ladies in the province playing on your team.
Superstars.
3 of the best
On your
ladies in the
mixed team?
country playing on your
country,
mixed
exactly,
team. Like,
Yeah.
100%.
Let's be
Like
real here.
that is a huge asset.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, but I mean, you look at Quebec. Quebec's 5.5 behind me, but they already had their bye, right?
Right.
Behind
Yeah.
us, same as but
you got 9.5 points between the top 7 teams, right?
yeah,
So it's,
we'll see after game 10 and see where everybody stands.
When all the buys have evened out.
Yeah, I mean, but it's definitely been a really dogfight out there. There's been some really good scores in the mix, and obviously I maybe not as I haven't been able to watch them in ladies, so I can't really compare it, right? But I know Mapstone at $3.99. He buried a corner that was maybe a little bit thin, and he lost.
So it was a little bit thin. If it was maybe.
and-
we were on the commentary of that game, and when he threw that ball, we all 3 of us said that was a good shot, and
Yeah.
he just didn't go for
It
him.
was the
Yeah.
only one he threw in the left, though.
Right,
Yeah.
and,
I've seen-
and he got absolutely roasted. Got pissed off. Couldn't fucking
Well, what's the point?
right,
No,
and
the 450 or bust.
so then I look at him and I was like, "Well, that's a nice $3.99 right afterwards." I said it right to him. He's like, "Yeah." And then every ball he said it was like, "Well, every time he threw striking 10, that's a nice $3.99." He's like, "Can you just fuck off?" I was like, "Well, I would have picked a corner. I would have picked a corner for the 401."
How many sets of pocket aces have you guys seen today?
0.
0.
Oh,
Really?
we saw a
Team
bad
4 or
one.
5.
In the men's, yeah, at least 4 or 5.
I
It's
don't
been it's
know
been
if I saw a
wild. It's
single.
been like surprising. Like that's the thing about Bonnie Doon is like sometimes you're gonna get away with some shots sometimes, and then sometimes you're just gonna be like, oh.
I was talking to there was some of the players on the men's team when we were just playing beside them that were mentioning that. They were like, Bonnie Doon is just so strange sometimes
It's an
because
enigma.
it is. Because they're like, there's some things that you're like, okay, that makes sense. And then they're like, there's some things that, you throw the ball and it's just like, well, that was a little weird. And like, it's usually like really good pinfall and things bounce around, but then every once in a while you get those pocket aces
Yeah,
and you're
it's
like,
crazy.
Oh,
And
okay.
you can't even really be. I mean, you can. You're obviously
No,
going
I
to be
don't-
upset about it.
yeah,
but you really
the
can't be
timing.
that mad about it because you're going to have enough breaks in between to like balance that out. That it is what it is. but,
There's
like,
a lot of getting a lot of free breaks off it, right?
it's just like this person, Mitchell, says, Bonnie Doon does take away some of what it gives. That's true.
Yeah.
It 100% does.
yeah, it does.
It gives a lot of like bounce backs and breaks throughout the games, depending on what you're doing. But then it also, there's times where it
We've seen
forces
some
you
really
to,
good buried shots.
yeah,
for
it
corners
forces
too.
you
It's
to
like-
pick spares and
yeah.
it forces you to like clean up your wood and
I will say if you are a bowler that has less speed on the ball, it is not as high scoring as you think it is.
No.
Yeah.
The 17 inches with the black bases, there's a lot of deflection, right? Especially
Yeah.
like Diane Violini is a prime example. And I'm not harping on Bonnie Doon. They have good scoring.
Oh, well, they have
things
great-
are running
yeah.
well. They always a first class event. It's just the way the pin action is. It just
every
it-
center is geared towards different kinds of throws.
Yeah.
Bonnie Doon typically is going to score higher for the faster throwing shots.
But
If they're hitting the right spot,
something
the
we
pins
did,
bounce around.
I know our bowlers in Edmonton or Alberta have adjusted the 17-inch centers. We like Desher gets Danny Dubois at 4 3/4, 310, right? So it's still a smaller ball for the ladies, but we have a heavier shot.
Yeah, I throw that too.
and it carries.
Yeah.
It carries,
Yeah.
right? Well, it depends what ball you pick up. I mean, you have a 4 3/4, 4 7/8, 3/8 one day, another one.
Sometimes you got an oblong ball.
What are you talking about? Me?
You know what?
Yeah,
You know what? Maybe
All my balls are on timeout. It doesn't matter.
maybe
But I have to do say, Bonnie Doon has done a phenomenal job hosting already.
Yes.
No problems at
no.
all. Like the fact that the men did 6 games in 6 hours and 20 minutes is
That's fast.
that's really fast.
I was already. People were asking me. They said, "So, like, do you think we're going to stay on schedule today?" And I said, Edmonton is on it. If that Edmonton or the Alberta men's team thinks that they're going to be the pace of play today, I am prepared to go tell Dory to give them a warning.
So here's the thing: we finished.
You finished so
7 frames ahead of you.
I know
guys,
you did.
So you're the problem.
In our defense, our defense, there was 2 situations where there was a tangle that just like took a little bit longer to
Oh
fix.
yeah,
because
we
there
had
was some
tangles
problems
too.
that didn't take longer to fix. But I will give you guys credit. You set the pace of play at a reasonable
I do want to
speed,
say that I
and
actually got to
There
will-
was
play.
a warning today.
Oh,
Was there a warning?
The rumor is Southern Ontario ladies got a warning for slow play.
Southern Ontario ladies. Oh, I did not know.
That is the rumor. I don't know if it's fact,
Interesting?
but this is the podcast, and we
Interesting.
share all
We
rumors.
share everything. We share all rumors.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
love rumors.
We're basically TMZ.
Do you know what? Here's
I was just gonna question before we go. Hunter is 100% right. Bonnie Doon's hospitality has been amazing.
Yes.
They have been so accommodating. Everything we've thrown at
They
them.
always are.
They're so
They
good.
always
Martin
are.
and Marissa and every single person who works there is so helpful. They're always on it. They just run such a good tournament
Yeah.
every time we host something.
they-
They,
so good.
they literally repaired a score desk in between teams and singles on lanes 15, 16.
I saw that.
They repaired the score
They
desk.
replaced it.
They replaced the score desk in between teams playing. Yeah.
they're just great people,
They,
right?
they are. Yeah, they really.
People
truly
are wanting to know why you're not in the picture, so maybe you need
There
to.
is no room.
Oh, you could tuck in behind those two.
We can.
I'm not sitting behind people. You can hear me.
Get
from
out
the
of here.
side.
He's
No,
just
there's
here.
no-
Wiseman.
He's just here.
Do you know
You
what?
could sit on Tim's lap.
As long as you can hear him.
I wouldn't chance that.
What was it? Is that like remember Jane, Dan, Tim, producer Tim? He's producer Tim right
Yeah,
now.
just sitting in the background.
We don't know.
Just it.
We don't
Ask
know.
me
If
facts.
we don't
I'll
know.
give
We
you
don't know if
facts.
he's really
He knows
alive.
all the rumors. He's just been sitting back, taking it all in all day.
The dudes. Speaking of that, I mean, I know, like, we're great because we had a commentary on there. We had obviously their low man on the totem pole. They had to get Henry and Ryan O.C. on. Yeah, and even got Derek Gall. Like nobody knows
Matt
who
was
Derek
on.
Gall
I
is.
was,
Matt
I was
was
on
on for a while.
I was on for 2 hours today.
Matt
Well,
was on.
there's another issue, right? But I mean,
Like fresh commentary, except for Henry likes sound effects, so we're getting rid of the soundboard.
He found the soundboard.
Brett Mapstone.
He found the
$3.99.
Hey, Big Daddy Mapstone, come on in, podcast time, baby.
So we have an open room, and Heidi
come on, guys.
Mapstone and
Come
Brett
on in.
Mapstone
Come
just came in. Oh, they're going for supper. I do know that the one game that they were watching, the Alberta mixed team, apparently they just bashed him for an hour.
We bashed him for an
Well,
hour.
I-
Sound effects.
do you know what? I wasn't even bowling. Like, sometimes it's great. When you're so popular, people hate to love you, right? And it's
No, they love to hate you.
I mean, both. It's both. It's the best of both worlds.
We might have to have a poll tomorrow because there was some comments about your hairline,
Yeah.
and Cindy could not decide if it's an upside down heart or a ball sack. So maybe we'll run a poll tomorrow.
Yeah.
We all know it. My mom did take a picture of it one day and sent it to me and said, "Look, Tim has a heart on his head." And that's so sweet, Mom. But no, wrong.
Wrong.
It's false.
I'm scared what also that Diane has on her phone. If she's taking pictures without me knowing.
Yeah, she's like a little sniper with her phone.
Yeah.
She's like Carrie in the background, just knows things.
Yeah. That's great. Anyways, but we had some commentary. There's merch. Daryl, us, and DB and Mark. And Mark brought the press machine
Yep.
to make shirts
You
right
can get
there.
your customized national shirt right on site.
Right on site.
Really?
Yep.
That is
press
awesome.
Someone was like, "I want that hoodie, but I want that logo on the back of it." He's like, "I don't think we can do that." She's like, "You have a press machine, you can do it."
It was
And they did it.
It was a
And they did it.
WCBT hoodie, and it has the Nationals logo on the back.
Oh,
of the side.
I mean,
They whipped it
No,
up.
I actually
They must
know
be
that you
gonna
can
kill
do it because I see you have the press machine right there, and they did it for
They
her.
whipped it up.
Yeah.
They whipped
That
it up.
is awesome.
That's probably the smartest thing. I mean, Johnny's smart, but that is the smart. That's not Daryl's idea. Let's face it. That's not DB's idea. No, it was great. I mean, and yeah, it was.
How are things going with Road 55? Anybody heard any comments?
I actually.
You know what? It's been really good. They're
They're in it.
they are in your face with the
Yeah.
cameras.
Yeah.
Like I'm down there and they're like literally right next to us in the pit. They're
They're not being intrusive.
They have been up on the lanes a few times.
I think, yeah.
like
They're
next
trying.
to other teams. they've turned on some lights and stuff, and I'm like,
Oh, no.
like,
But no one's been complaining.
no one
so
has
that's good.
complained, so that is good. Yeah.
This whole documentary thing,
Until Weber comes in second.
everybody has been. Yeah, Jen said they had to pull them off the lanes today and just kind of give them the heads up of like, okay, when people are playing, we need to be off the lanes. There's been a couple of times where there's been open lanes beside, and I know they've kind of gone up on to get a little bit of footage. They've been pulling lots of people in for interviews.
Yeah.
I know.
Go ahead.
It seems like it's been really, really good.
It seems like it's really good. Like I went and did an interview after. It took me a minute to like get myself together and go do that. But like
After which game?
After the last game,
All
I
the
went.
games. Okay.
After all the games, they said, we need you to go over there. And I said, we have a very small window of time before someone says something to set me off again. So I went over there, but like they're so engaging and they're just, they're excited about it, it seems. Like the questions they're asking and how they're approaching it. I think their finished product is going to be
even
really
some
good.
of the questions that he's asking in those interviews, he's paying attention to the game.
He is.
He's learning things about the game while they're doing this
So
as well.
I will say something. So he was filming in the Alberta pit. I forget who we were playing against. I think it was Northwest Territories. Anyways, so we were playing against them, and they're filming Danny down the chute and rips almost a gutter ball. It's outside deuce. And I looked at him and was like, that's on TV.
And you know what? They told me that they can edit anything out.
No, we're not editing that. I want that footage. We're paying money for that
They
footage.
were filming me when I was decorating at the bowling alley and I fell off a chair. I also, during my interview, was talking with my hands and ripped off the microphone halfway through a sentence. Like, they can edit all that out.
They
It's
can have an
fine.
entire section about how you're a shit show.
Oh, 100%.
I think they need a
I was like,
blooper
put
reel.
that in like, they could 100% make a blooper reel just of Katie Rayner.
Yeah.
Because I have already done 4 or 5 things that I'm like, oh shit, that's on camera? Great. Love that for me.
Dropping all the swears on this
Shit's
podcast.
not a swear.
Okay.
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 Okay. Yeah, I need Tracy here. Where's Tracy to keep me
Off
alive?
the rail. Everyone's getting to see the
Tracy,
real
I
Katie.
need you. I need you here.
Yeah. Anyways, but yeah, it's been really successful.
I think it's been really good for that.
Yeah.
And everybody seems to be like super engaged with it. Anybody who's been asked to do interviews, I know they got Connie Ward doing an interview.
Connie doesn't do interviews.
We've asked Connie to do interviews.
I know, we have to.
Everybody's asked Connie to do interviews.
I almost got Connie doing commentary today. Maybe tomorrow.
You should.
Oh, progress. Baby
Yeah.
steps. I like it. That's
Baby
good.
steps.
Oh, Shoes is leading right now.
So we got some early results from the singles.
Oh, can we? Is it on the C5?
Yep.
Can we
They
pull it
got
up?
the first 2 games on there.
Let me pull it up here and we can take a look at
So
what's going on live.
Well, actually, I'm just looking at Jennifer Baker is.
Let me pull it
struggling
up
a
here.
little bit.
Let me pull it up here.
And Derek Hoyme is 219, 250.
Derek, what?
Hoyme.
Why me?
He went strike 3 plows in a row, and I left the building.
Do you know what though? The problem with Derek is he's gonna be strike, plow, or something
Yeah.
on the side.
We're gonna pull it up here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not the one. That's also not the one. This is the one.
You did it.
I did it. Okay, so men's singles.
Hit the plus.
Hit what plus?
The one that makes it bigger.
Okay, I can do that.
Yeah, and then hide this.
Did you see Merrill at all?
Yeah.
Learning
go.
things,
That's the
guys.
way.
Learning things.
Look at you go.
Okay, so looking at the men's singles here first. Jordan Schuss, back-to-back 300s, 675 total. Sylvain Bercier, he had a 357 to start. He's up there as well. Lyle Dolph had a 331 to start. Andrew Green had a 329 to start. Cole Muswa 355. What an easy house.
Yeah.
These people are just like
Yeah.
making it look simple.
They are the best out of their province.
There's like 5 people averaging 290
You know
and
what?
above
You know what?
in the men.
It's pace of play. There's only 3 and 2 on the lane.
True.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, I love
It's
how we
quick.
didn't add that to the
But-
stream.
Okay,
There we go.
Oh,
Now
I was
it's-
wondering.
and
I'm
let's
learning, guys.
also be honest. There is a different pressure playing on your team as opposed to playing
100%.
for yourself.
Yeah.
You fuck up playing for yourself,
It's just you.
you're
It's
only
just
affecting yourself. Like, that's it, right?
Yeah. For
The-
your
the
team,
is
there's 4
just
other
a-
people or 5 other people that you're like,
Absolutely relying on you, just like hanging on every one of your shots. It's just a much tougher scenario. 100%.
Yeah.
There was a spot today in the teams where
Do you want to look at the ladies?
it was
we will look at the ladies.
Team Manitoba and Derek Orn was the anchor, and he threw 393 that game, and his team lost by 2 or 3 points, and he felt that it was all on him, even though he threw 393 that game, right? So you take it a little differently when
You
you're
do.
on a team than when you're single,
Big
right?
time.
Let's talk about this too. What a trooper! That guy was down and out last night here.
Who?
Derek.
Oh.
Derek was puking like nobody's.
No,
business.
he wasn't.
Let's not
Stop.
TMZ, please.
That's a rumor. There's no
Carrie
proof.
told me that
You
rumor.
just said
I
it
was
was
not
Terry
saying
told me
that.
that actually
Derek said.
That's not
Carrie
a
told me
truth.
that rumor.
That's
I
a
don't know
rumor.
about that.
Anyway,
What probably happened?
moving on to the ladies' results.
We could just throw Jen Baker under the bus too. So
Yeah,
let's do
actually, I
that
felt
one.
so bad. I walked up to Sean today, and I was like, "Man, was she hammered? I didn't even know." And I was like, "Oh, she puked." I was like, "Oh, I didn't know."
Okay. Also, this is hearsay. There's no proof. It's allegedly.
It's a rumor.
Anyway,
Rumor.
rumors.
In all fairness, though, the singles didn't have to play today until 6 o'clock.
Yeah, fair.
That's fair.
Let them have some fun.
Moving on to the ladies, Renee Laframboise, she was playing all day long with the team. She's up there in first place right now for the ladies. Connie Ward had a 300 the last game. Erica Duhamel-Laurent, she was playing all day long.
You're really good at saying that.
I
She's
nailed it.
nailing
I
it.
might say Northern Manitoba, but
You're like,
Erica
the
Duhamel-Laurent.
fact that you can get that right, it's unbelievable.
I spent like 5 minutes learning it with the Quebec team in the hospitality.
Can we
suite the
just
other day.
talk about how we had an entire conversation about how to say Natalia's last name?
And then I wrote it on the wrong
Van?
page and I got it wrong.
Long Van?
Yeah, I got it wrong.
That's not even close. What you guys had.
And,
I don't know.
And,
I don't know what
and,
I
you,
said.
and then you go...
Natasha.
It's,
Leg of it.
you're like, oh, shit.
No, shoot.
Do you know?
She
Not,
just started laughing. She's like, oh my God.
everybody makes me a hard time. You know, my public speaking. Sometimes I
hard
stutter.
sometimes.
Nothing fucking made me feel better when I saw Weber fucking strike. I walked up there. And I thought to myself, doesn't matter what I say. Weber fucked up. It's okay.
He turned and looked at Daryl too. Was like, shit.
You had one job. You were able to rehearse it.
And he even put it
Four
out.
lines.
He put it into format so that he can read it properly. He says, "This looks like something Tim has written."
Because I had it sent to me earlier so that I could format it properly because this looked like something Tim wrote. And I was like, he's like, did Tim write this? And I was like, no, I don't think so. He's got his hand in a lot of things, but I don't think he wrote the bowlers out. But yeah, he struggled with that. It made me feel a lot better.
No, it's honestly, when somebody's dumber than you, it just makes you feel better.
Okay, I wouldn't say
This is why I
dumber.
felt so good my entire life.
Anyways, carrying on here, Julie Bain from Saskatchewan, she's averaging 270. Madison Richter's averaging 267. Mary Jo McKenzie had a 300 last game. She's averaging 265. There's a ton of ladies who are averaging high after two.
And you know that there's going to be some movement yet. Baker's averaging... It's 2 games in, guys. It's 2 games in.
Yeah.
Baker's got 232. It's 21 games for singles. So Baker's averaging 232. Erica Murphy's averaging 193 right now.
You know that's not going to continue.
That's not going to be
That
that
is
way.
not
So that's
going
going
to
to
be
change
a
real
thing
quick.
that's going to happen the entire way through.
Yeah.
Erica was on the ladies gold team last year out of Newfoundland.
She's so
she is so good. She can throw so many amazing shots. So like that's not going to be a thing. I can almost guarantee it.
let's that's why everybody know hospitality's room open. I know you guys maybe are having dinner or just finishing it. Go down to the hospitality room. $5
Yeah,
drinks.
$5
$5 drinks. Can't go
Hospitality
wrong.
room is open until 11 tonight. So like there's tons of time to go have some drinks.
And Palmer's lonely. Palmer and Jordan are lonely.
Palmer's lovely down there. Is anybody down there?
Palmer.
No.
Zero. Yeah.
Wow.
There will be
guys.
soon.
There will be.
We
I
should
think
move the
everybody.
Podcast is going to wrap
Well,
up here soon.
we-
I'm going to
we
get some
thought we-
food into me, and then
We thought
I
that
will
actually,
join for
honestly,
some
the reason
drinks.
why we didn't do it in the hospitality room, we thought there'd be people there.
We gotta be too loud.
But obviously, we have a lot of lame people, right?
I think there's just a lot of people who went for like team dinners
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
went to go get things done. People are saying, "I wish I could see Carrie's face with this convo." He's
You know-
smiling. He thinks it's great. He loves it.
Yeah, you know that. Yeah, he loves us.
He loves it. Everything about it is.
He probably loves my
fantastic.
shirt on here too.
I just like that you guys all wore dark shirts.
Well,
It was not planned.
It's
Not planned.
we're fat people.
Okay, first of all,
Rude.
in my defense,
Yours is with PH. Everybody else is with a hard F.
in my defense, I was like a hot mess coming in here because I was given a room key at the lane to DB's room to come in and set up. And when I got up to the room key did not work. And then I was like, well, what am I going to do? I went down. This is how good I am. I went down and talked my way into getting a room key for a room that I'm not even on.
All right,
I was like,
let's.
you
You
need to give me
didn't
this.
talk your way into it. It's like I need a room to this key, or I need a key to this. Wow! I need a room that matches
I
this
need
key.
a room that matches this. Too.
I need a key to this room. It's not my room, but I need a key anyways. And they're like, here you go.
Because we
Yeah.
didn't really.
So use that knowledge wisely and safely and respectfully. Do not use that knowledge this
Unless your
weekend.
name is Katie Rayner, they're not going to do that for you. Though.
Yeah, I feel like you're not exactly. Yeah, no.
Maybe.
No.
I also showed them at the time. I was like, I have a room to all of these important rooms, but I also like need a key to this room. And they were like, okay, here you go.
Yeah, I guess you have a rapport with them at this point.
Yeah, I had the banquet
What
room. I
kind
had the
of
hospitality room.
rapport?
I'm-
Why do you have so many rooms? Is it like an hour check-in, 15-minute check-in?
Okay. Okay.
So what, you're just hotel hopping, you
I'm
whore.
hotel hopping. Hashtag not a whore. Wow.
She's not working this week, so she's got to make some money back.
Okay. I think
Okay.
I'm sick of this. Tracy never makes fun of me like this.
She's gonna start.
I'm done with you guys.
This is a regular podcast. Welcome to the regular
I'm
podcast.
aware.
It was a regular podcast, and we've been fortunate enough
To have me on
to
it.
send an invite to you. You should be,
You're fortunate
She's the
that
one
I
that's
came and
running
set it up for you. Let's be real. What
Okay.
are you gonna do? If
I
you...
wouldn't call this running it. I had.
If she wasn't here, you guys would not have this podcast.
Oh, you're right. I'd be downstairs having dinner with my team and having a drink or
Having
two.
$5
But here
drinks.
we are.
Here we are.
You made the better choice, obviously.
Did I?
Yeah, because I enjoy everybody's company.
I haven't-
guys.
Are you having a good time?
I haven't eaten since 8 a.m.
I'm hungry too.
Like
Actually, that breakfast
people
is
are
good.
watching me get skinnier on the camera at the moment.
Half a quesadilla for whoever wants it.
No, we're
A
gonna go
quesadilla.
get food as soon as this
What
is
I
over.
would
We're
like
getting
is another
food.
drink from that bag. That
This one?
box or whatever that. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Anyways, but yeah, so maybe I don't know what we want to talk about to finish this up. Maybe leave your criticism on how Katie ran this podcast, and then we'll.
Other than the first 2 minutes, it was great.
I got us through the intro.
Yeah, I needed help.
Barely.
Yeah, barely.
I panicked.
What do I touch? Yeah.
And anyways, if anybody's out watching, obviously live stream is great.
There's 3 live streams.
three
There's
live
one
streams.
on the 5-Pin Universe YouTube page, the other 5-Pin Universe YouTube page, and then also on the Alberta 5-Pin Facebook page has the mixed stream.
Yep.
Singles are both going to be on both of the 5-Pin Universe streams.
No, singles are only on the main channel.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, one feed for singles, right?
Because there would be camera jumps everywhere because the
Right.
lane draw is not conducive to live streaming.
Right.
Yes.
Not at all.
Not at all.
But we tried on the teams, so I
the
don't know
teams, it's pretty good. So
Yeah.
there's lots of live stream action to check out throughout the week.
If anybody wants to be commentary, we have to approve your credentials beforehand.
No, just show up.
Just
We
show
have
up.
Henry Schutz.
Just show up. Oh, and yet Ryan OC, yeah.
Apparently, we have no standards of what we will put on commentary. So
We have no standards on podcasts.
Come on down.
So
Have
Also
you witnessed
that.
this?
also that.
I think Henry got very, very close to being the first fired commentator.
I almost murdered him.
Yeah.
Oh, so maybe we don't
Did you
put
have the
Henry on
one-
commentary. Oh, Victor says live streams have been so good so far. So that's great.
I
feedback.
thank once again thanking Bonnie Doon for not allowing guest Wi-Fi.
Yes,
Well,
that's
that's
been
a lot
making the
down
big
there.
difference.
That's a lot.
I
That
couldn't
is
even
amazing.
get it. And I was
No,
trying to send
we
important emails.
We shut it
I
off.
could have let you on ours.
Well, what
Yeah.
do I
Anyways, but it's been really good that way.
Just you.
Dexter, I really got to eat. Cracks another beer.
Burger knows what we like. Eh?
Cheers, team.
Yeah, it's been really good. So tomorrow morning will be the
Singles.
singles at 10,
Singles.
and then the mixed start at noon, and I think the other teams start at 2 o'clock.
I don't think we start till 3.
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock.
So yeah, so there's that, and then obviously it'll be flipped the next day. Everybody starts at 10, and then the singles will start after, and the step
Yep.
ladder will be on Saturday. So yeah, come down to Bonnie Doon, purchase some merch, get some really fresh shirts. And-
Fresh.
Pressed right in front of you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like
It's
a
a show.
panini.
And
Okay,
if you guys want,
Fresh pressed.
and if you guys
It's
want
a
us to
fucking
sign your
panini.
shirts, I'm sure we can figure that out too.
Wow, Katie Rayner would love to sign shirts. I feel like I'd be great at that. I have a Sharpie in my pocket.
Promise you they won't show
Why
you
do you
value
carry a
bills.
Sharpie in
No,
your pocket?
I don't.
Sharpie she
Is that a
used?
Sharpie in your pocket, or you just happy to see it?
Oh, that's a big black Sharpie.
Oh, yay! I know my emails on here.
After dark.
After dark. Anyway, I'll be glad to sign anything.
Oh, anything.
Colton keeps asking me to sign his tits. like every time I see him, it's like, please sign my tits today.
If Dexter
Please
keeps
sign
saying
my
no,
tits."
I'll sign them. It's
There you
fine.
go. There you go.
It's fine.
But yeah, if come on down. If anybody's out there, hospitality room. You don't have to bowl to be part of the hospitality room.
Nope.
You're just
$5
gonna-
drinks.
Yeah,
$5
just gonna come
drinks.
down and
Cheapest in
consume
town.
alcohol. Yeah, it's
Cheapest drinks in town. You might as well be here. Where else are you
Yeah.
gonna be?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you want to send us some money, at admin@5puniverse.ca, you can buy us some drinks. If
That's
you
true.
want.
Fair. I know that there have already been people who have been sending in some money to the commentating crew throughout the day to give them drink money.
Really?
So there's some of us.
He owes me 67
Yeah,
beverages
fair.
for
Yes.
breakfast.
There's some of us bowlers out there, primarily Katie Rayner, who had a really rough day today and could also use like some drink spot.
But
for
she's
her.
pretty. She's pretty refreshed, and her body will go
Guarantee
through a
that's
lot.
coming in now.
She's pretty refreshed, but that's fine. Not so much, but no, you can definitely.
So I will reiterate that email admin@5puniverse.ca. Yeah, attention Carrie Kreitz. So, right? I mean,
I'll buy the crew lots of beverages if you send the money.
yeah, like give us. We're sponsoring this podcast for $100 right now. So
Well, look, see, she's gonna throw a strike, whip it out, and sign a ball with my Sharpie in my pocket all the time.
Barker, please.
Maybe, you never know.
She is part of the Buffalo Club.
Oh,
Kathy.
you got buffaloed on
Oh,
Oh, what a
hate
shame.
Chug along, motherfucker.
Oh, Kathy, you're definitely in our thoughts right now.
Yes.
Thank you. And Barker, please do not say "whip it out" again.
Yeah. she talks about her spirit dick all the time.
She's gonna barf all over the fucking floor.
Oh, guys, my watch just told us that we hit 90 decibels.
I'm good.
You are not good.
I'm good. I finished.
You
my
just
beer.
filled your lungs full of Twisted Tea.
Don't say things like "whip it out" while I'm drinking that.
I whip it out.
Thanks for that, Kathy. That was great. Love that for me.
You know what? I can't think of a better way of ending this podcast.
I think we're done now. Like, I
Yeah,
don't think we have
yeah.
anything more to add to this. Thanks, guys, for joining us for our little live from the open little recap.
Come on down and have a future with us tonight.
Come on down. Hospitality Suite open till 11, and hope to see you around Bonnie Doon.
Sayonara.